What's up, guys? I'm JJ,
I'm Angel.
and this is PM Football. The Chiefs just there's something going on in that building where they just are doing the craziest voodoo and witchcraft.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift is a big part of it. I don't care what anybody says.
I was about to say something out of pocket.
Do it.
Mind. No. Because I don't mean it. However, should she get investigated?
Probably.
I think so. Because it's ridiculous at this point. It's dumb.
How does it keep happening?
They find different ways to just win in the dumbest ways possible.
You're telling me, out of every kick that has ever been kicked, that ball is going to hit right on that upright and bounce in.
Doink it perfectly into...
It was almost like he did it on purpose.
Yeah, he was aiming for that left post.
Yeah, like they had to make it as unlikely as possible for it to happen, and it again happened.
I mean, at some point, it's got to end. It's to the point...
it happened with the Bills just beat them. Like the Bills.
I was about to say, I know I keep saying, like, I'm going to keep thinking the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl until, like, there's a clear...
Until it doesn't happen.
I am to the point where it's like it has to run out. It just at some point this season, there's only so many ways you can win football games.
Yeah,
it has to run out.
And we're gonna find out 4 more ways these next 4 weeks.
Don't even put that out there.
I thought the voodoo magic was over with the Patriots, but it's just getting started again with these Chiefs teams. Because ridiculous. I mean, I don't even remember it being like this these last couple seasons. With them.
The last few seasons
they've just been dominant.
They were the better team.
Yes.
This season, you could say from the beginning of the season, where Isaiah Likely was out by half of his toe.
Yeah.
To freaking doinking and everything in between, other than
a
the
blocked
Bills game.
Field goal.
Like, is the dumbest ways to win games. However, if I'm the Chiefs and if I'm a Chiefs fan, I don't care. Yeah. I'm gonna keep winning games.
Yeah. Do you think the Chiefs are, like, the favorite right now?
I mean, at this point, yes. But
do you think the Lions have jumped them?
Oh, my apologies. I think the Lions are the favorite. My bad.
You do?
Yeah, I think the Lions. The Lions actually look like the best team in the nation.
I agree. I think the Lions have probably the best chance to win the Super Bowl right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, you just can't count the Chiefs out.
And that's what's so annoying, because it would be one thing. It's like, you can't count them out. You can't count them out. Like, if they haven't looked as...
stroke.
Basically. You can't count them out, even if, like, they weren't playing as good, but they're still, like, looking convincing. Yeah. They're not looking convincing. Like, they don't look that good. They really don't.
I think the argument for the Lions, I think the NFC is significantly easier. You have the Lions... I know you're going to say
NFC is better, at least just this season. Just this season, I think the NFC is better than the AFC.
I don't agree.
You're biased.
No, you're biased.
No, you're what the one
top 5
seed.
Teams.
We are making fun of
top 5 teams in the NFL.
Lions, Bills,
Chiefs, Bills.
You put Chiefs top.
Regardless, not any order. Chiefs, Bills, Steelers. Who else?
You could look at Philly.
Ravens?
I put Philly over Ravens.
Well, so there's 3 over 2. They got 3 of the top 5 teams. They have 2.
NFC.
And I think the next...
NFC. We literally bashed the 1 seed. The top
Texans,
team in the comp...
Are the Texans better than the Falcons?
Dude, the Falcons have a losing record right now. What are you talking about?
They're not in first place?
No one's bringing up the Falcons.
I am. Right
Why?
Now. Because they're in first place.
Are they?
Yes.
Falcons aren't. No, they're not.
No, they're not. The Bucs took the...
That's what I'm saying. What are you talking about?
Wait, the Bucs are in first?
They won, so they went 7-6.
Okay, well...
Thank you, Maverick.
That's not Maverick.
No, I did mention Maverick.
He brought up Maverick earlier. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Mitchell. Mitchell's back there.
Mitchell.
Keep rocking it down.
Shout out Mitchell. But while we're bringing up the Falcons...
We need him here to make sure that the Falcons... We know that the Falcons aren't in first. We know that now. I never said that.
Yeah, sure.
The Bucs are in first.
While we're talking about the Falcons, they're on, what, 4-game losing streak it is now? Mm-hmm. Is it time to move on to Penix?
It's time to flash the Penix.
Flash the Penix.
Yes. I mean, they should have played him a long time ago.
I disagree.
No!
Look, you pay a guy that much money.
If they would have just done it. I would have been right. Again.
No one cares about you being right. It was such a dumb prediction. If you don't know what we're talking, if for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, this fool, this moron said Michael Penix would be Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Guess what? It's that whole story could still technically happen.
He's not outbeating Jaden. Even if he played from week 1, he wasn't going to outbeat
Second
Jaden.
part of the story could still happen. You put him in right now. They come back and make the playoffs.
Maybe.
That's part of the story.
Look, I'm saying there was no need to put him in sooner because you paid Kirk all that money.
And they're losing all these games.
Look, they're one game below 500. They can still make a wild card.
Has he looked good at all?
Earlier in the year, he did.
Who cares about the earlier in the year?
Everybody but the Bucks.
There you go.
He has 8, and he's like 8-0 touchdown and pick wise.
There you go.
Against just the Bucks. Everyone else he has like 14 picks.
There you go. What? That's helping my point.
He is causing millions of dollars. We have to keep him in.
No, you don't. You just spent your eighth.
You think Michael Penix is that much of a difference where he could take a 6-7 team and just completely change around their season in the final 4 weeks?
I think they'd be 2 or 3 games above 500 if Michael Penix was starting at the beginning of the year.
You know what? Maybe. I'm not necessarily denying that because I think Michael Penix will be a good quarterback. I'm a big Michael Penix fan. However, I cannot blame the Falcons for not putting him in sooner just from the business aspect of it. You paid him so much money.
I get it. Yeah, I get you did that. You saw what happened, though. Like, you let it happen. You let Kirk play, and look what's happened.
Give him an entire season.
Why?
What if Kirk could What if Kirk
He's
goes
thrown
on a 4
how many picks? 8 in the past 4. He's thrown a touchdown.
Everyone has bad stretches.
Everybody has those days.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Everybody knows what we're talking about.
Hopefully.
But not with Kirk Cousins, because Michael Penix doesn't be playing.
What if he goes on a 4-game win streak? Then what?
What has shown you at all that he's going to do that?
Because he won 6 games.
Who do they play the next 4 games? Or who do they play this week?
Raiders.
They play the Raiders.
They play Raiders.
If he doesn't throw a touchdown in this game,
then okay. Look.
The other side of it, why wouldn't this be the week you play Penix?
It's the Raiders.
It's the Raiders, exactly.
Dude,
you let him get.
They're winning 3 of their next 4. Raiders dub, Giants dub, Washington L, Panthers dub.
Why
they're going 9-8?
Why wouldn't you do what I'm saying though? Why wouldn't you play Penix now?
Well, Penix isn't good.
What if he's not good?
How
do we know? Yeah, we know Kirk isn't good right now.
He's just in the best stretch.
Okay, who cares? So you got to get out of it because if you don't, your season's done.
You paid him too much money to get rid of him.
You took Michael Penix with the 8th pick in the draft.
And we all agree. Everything about this is stupid. We're in agreement on that.
When you could have the defensive rookie of the year on your team.
No, I completely agree with that. They should have never took Penix. If they were going to take Penix, they should have never committed to Kirk. I agree with you there. Shame on the Falcons for doing that in the first place. I'm talking about in the situation they are now. I think you just have to ride with Kirk.
But I don't even think it's a shame on the Falcons. Like,
no shame on them.
You took that guy at 8 to be in this position where they are right now. Like, if they got into this position, you can play this guy. And why aren't they doing it?
Because they're just 1 game below 500. They can still fight for a wild card.
They've lost 4 in a row with Kirk at quarterback.
I get that.
You need to change something.
I say ride with it.
And then they lose to the Raiders.
Then you put on Penix.
But then it's too late.
No.
Yes, it is.
You could win.
But this is what I'm saying. You play Penix
you could
against
get to the wild card at
team.
9-8.
You let him play against the bad team.
Well,
or you should
Max Crosby just absolutely annihilates him.
Then you go back to Kirk and you have to. But, like, I think there's a better chance that happens to Kirk than Penix. Penix can at least get out of the pocket.
Kirk is smart enough to elite. He knows the outlets. Like, he knows he can get the ball out quickly. Penix is a rookie. He's
20. He's like 43 years old.
He's still a rookie.
Penix is like 87 years old.
He's still not used to this speed, though.
Huh?
He's still not used to the speed of the NFL. It doesn't matter his age. He doesn't have a start under his belt.
Has he not been practicing with an NFL team for the entire season?
Oh my God. You know good and well. Rookies don't just pick up the speed through practice.
I understand that.
I don't think you do. I do not think you do.
I do.
You were just saying, does that matter?
What?
that.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you were just like, has he not been practicing with an NFL team? That's not the same as a game. Those are practice reps. To my point exactly. You keep Kirk Cousins.
No,
Yes.
I don't agree with you.
You're on.
No, I'm not. Have they announced that Kirk's going to start this week or no? They said he's.
I would just say,
As they should.
For everybody watching this, for reference, Mitchell is a big Falcons fan, so
Yes.
we're asking him all the Falcons related questions.
4-game losing streak.
4-game
has been
losing streak.
by far because of Kirk.
He just said Kirk has been the problem for the 4-game
rough
losing streak.
stretch. Keep faith in them.
For what reason?
You can make a wild card.
You
I
can
think you gotta
have just as good of a chance.
All right,
with
Mitchell.
Penix.
Mitchell, if you were the GM, not even if you were the coach,
If you made the decision, who are you taking?
Yeah.
If it's right now,
Yeah.
I would play Penix. But that's
The Falcons fan saying play Penix.
and he is wrong as well as you.
I don't think if you play Kirk and you somehow skimp out and win 3 or 4, I don't think that changes the outlook. But if there's a better chance you just keep losing.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's scary.
If Kirk were to keep losing, what is it the difference if you just put Penix
You're
in there?
missing reps on
Yeah,
Penix.
these are easy games. Why not put him in for the easy opponents?
Look, I'm just
And
saying.
if he does good, he's the franchise. And you look
I'm
even
just
smarter
saying.
because
you
I
paid
said
him.
that.
I'm just saying. You paid him all that money.
It was a mistake.
Stick it out.
It was a mistake.
Maybe it wasn't. You could go into next season knowing what you got.
But
Knowing that.
but what if you don't? You
Penix
never
is a
even
starter.
took the opportunity to see if Penix could make the playoffs this year. Like you're just gonna give up on that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
Speaking of rookies, it's becoming a tight race
It is.
with offensive and rookies of the year.
Mhm.
Would you like to start offense or defense first?
Let's go offense.
All right.
I know your answer. Let's start off with you. We know the answer.
Look, I was at the last game. We were on a bye this week,
Yep.
so not this past Sunday,
can't
the
say
Sunday
that.
prior. I was at the Commanders versus Titans game.
Yep.
Look, there are certain people in this world
You need to calm down over
that
there.
you just see them play, and you just know that one's not like the rest of them.
This dude's smiling a little too much.
Jaden Daniels
Get that
is
smile off
clearly
your face.
the offensive rookie of the year. I just know because I know you're gonna disagree with me, and I know you're wrong.
I'm not even saying I don't totally disagree. I just think it's super hard right now
Oh, what is? Elaborate.
to not give it to Brock Bowers.
And look, if it were to go with Brock Bowers, I would be a little heartbroken for Jaden. But
You would understand it.
absolute, look,
If Brock Bowers goes
Brock-
and breaks the NFL reception record,
but he's another guy that, like, when you look back to my earlier thing, when you look at him, you know he's not like the rest of them. Like, this one is different.
yes.
That's Brock Bowers as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I think right now, if he is keeping the pace that he is on, I think it's impossible not to give him the offensive rookie of the year.
It would.
He's gonna break Puka Nakua's record.
Puka didn't win it last year. It went to a quarterback.
To who?
And
Money.
to a quarterback.
To who?
To CJ Stroud.
Yeah, where did CJ Stroud go?
What are you talking about?
He went to the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jaden is on the downward. CJ at this time last year was going up.
Did you not see the last game?
They
total
played the
touchdowns.
Titans.
The Titans! And the Jarius Sneed! A top 5 defense! This is what I'm talking about. This is why I go at him. Because every week, since the beginning of the season, you have said something about Washington's opponents. It's always, but watch, they're going to do this. No.
So when you guys play
You
the Cardinals, if you beat the Cardinals, it's an
No.
incredible win. And you said, why would a Cardinals be a incredible win?
Why would
They're
it
in
be?
the playoff position right
So we're the 7th seed.
now.
We're
Are the
not
Titans in a
playoffs.
playoff position?
They have a top 5 defense.
For the guy that you
touchdowns.
literally just said play,
What are you talking about?
L'Jarius Sneed.
The top 5
He hasn't
defense.
played
It's a
since
top 5
week
defense.
3.
It's a top 5 defense.
With one of the top 10
Guess what
corners in the
Jaden did
league.
to a top 5 defense?
Huh?
Scored 4 on them. When we played,
They're not a top
when
5
we
defense
played-
when they're
you
top
kept
10.
saying that when we played Cleveland, you're like, "Hey, watch out! This defense is probably the best defense you're gonna face all year." Killed them. Jaden killed them. When we played Baltimore, did we end up losing that game? Yes. You're like, "Hey, watch out! This defense is pretty good." Jaden did so good that game. Every time we play an opponent, Jaden plays good. Going into that week, you're always like, "Hey, watch out! Look at this! Look at this!" he ends up playing well.
But
and you come out like, look at that.
Look at that. Brock Bowers.
All right, what's your who do we play? We play New Orleans.
Yeah, you got the Rizzler. You got the Rizzler.
Okay, what do you think's gonna happen?
You're gonna lose on special teams.
All right, let's talk about. I disagree, but two, do you think New Orleans defense can do anything?
No.
Okay, it's not gonna be as fun.
What are you asking me here? The Saints are one of the worst teams in the league.
No, I just wanted to see your perspective of it. I was wondering if, you thought something might challenge.
I think it's a Jaden Daniels cupcake walk into this offensive rookie of the year.
Really?
With the who they got the last 4 games?
We play Philly, and I'll be honest, I have us losing to Philly.
So the one hard game on their schedule, rest of the season, right? Is that the only team that's solid they play the rest of the year?
I would say that's the only respectable team they have the rest of the year.
They lose that game, probably, right?
I have us losing Philly, yeah.
And then you beat the Saints, who are almost lost to the Giants this week.
Hopefully.
To Drew Lock. You almost lose to Drew Lock.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't beat them by 30, then
that would be a different
story.
Who
else do they play?
We play Falcons.
Falcons, I think it's a tougher game, but I think you guys should win that one.
I agree.
I also don't think I would bet money on you guys to win that game.
You know what? I'll take that. I wouldn't necessarily do that either. I have us winning.
And who else?
Dallas, final game of the week.
If you guys don't beat Dallas,
and you already did them earlier.
Exactly. So I don't know. What are you trying to do here?
I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it's easy.
I'm just saying, especially that he is a quarterback. I think it will go to Jaden. However, I would not be mad if it went to Brock because.
Would you be mad if it went to Bo Nix?
Probably. I'll be honest with you.
If Bo Nix
and that's not shade towards
leads
Bo
them to the playoffs and Jaden doesn't make the playoffs,
then I think that's different. I'm talking about as of now, from what we've seen, I would be mad if it went to Bo instead of Jaden. However, if we go and lose 3 of our next 4 and Bo wins out and looks spectacular, then at that point I would expect it to.
What if they both finish 500? Bo has better stats, Jaden has worse stats, and they both make the playoffs. Bo finishes the year better. Jaden's not as good.
I think Bo's in a better situation right now. That team is better built for this year. I think if you put Jaden with that
what's the other receiver's name?
Dude, not Marvin. What am I saying? I was literally talking about this dude last year from Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. No, don't do that to me. It's Marvin something.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Marvin Mims.
Marvin, thank you. I was a big fan of Marvin Mims. I bet you can't tell because I can't remember the name.
Yeah, you were.
Marvin Mims has been stepping up lately. Look, dude, all right, that's fine. You don't got to respect him. I'm not saying he's an all-world beater. He's a solid receiver.
Well, Jordan Humphrey's better.
I don't know. He's more experienced. He's more seasoned.
So is Devon Bailey.
He's all right.
No.
He's
been better.
Structure over freestyle back.
All right, outside of Terry, who does Washington have?
Zach Ertz,
who's 40 years old.
Brian Robinson,
who's been injured half of the season.
Their O-line's good.
Not like the Broncos.
You just said 2 weeks ago the
I
Commanders
said that 4 weeks ago.
have a better offensive line.
I said that 4 weeks ago.
What's changed?
A lot. What? We went on a 3-game losing streak. That's what happened.
But what happened back then?
We were winning.
Hold on a second. Games. You just said that it changed, right?
Yeah.
So why can't it change for Bo's better right now?
Bo's not better right now.
Why? It's changed.
Because he hasn't been.
It's changed.
What are you talking about? It's changed.
It's flipped.
Jaden's been better throughout the entire season longer, where Bo's had a good 4 games.
So just for that 3-week span, you can say, okay, well, just like you just said with Kirk Cousins, they're in a rough stretch right now with the Commanders.
Not anymore. We just won our game and we're about to make it 2 in a row.
Huh?
We're going to make it 2 in a row.
So now, after this game next week, you're going to say, yeah, the Commanders do have a better offensive line than the
No, I'm not going to say, because we don't. We don't.
But why? That's what I'm asking you. Why is it different from now to then?
Because I feel like Washington's O-line has regressed slightly.
And why?
I just don't think they're playing as physical as they were. Maybe I feel like they play more physical when Brian Robinson is in the game than when he's not. And he's missed a lot of games lately.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue with that their team doesn't have a great offense. But I just think Terry outweighs so much of that offense.
Is Terry the best receiver in those two teams? Yes. However, I think you can rely on Denver's weapons as a whole more than you can Washington's. Our tight end is 40. Like, what do you want from us?
He's at least an outlet. Like, they have Adam Troutman.
Not when you have 5 drops a game.
They have Adam Troutman as their starting.
Zach Ertz has like 5 drops a game.
It's not true. He gets maybe 1 drop a game, which is an average of any player. Like, well, I don't know. Are you really about to look this up?
I'm just curious.
I would say structure is a lot more.
Oh, I was not expecting this. Amari Cooper leads the league in drops. Did not see that one coming.
None of them with the Bills. Begin the season, he had a lot of drops.
Really?
Yeah, I mean with the Browns, it's not Josh Allen throwing him the ball anymore.
True. I don't know. I would give it to Jaden, honestly.
I'm not even arguing with you. I just think there's a legit case for Bo. And that's not even my pick. It's Brock. Brock is my pick.
I wouldn't be, like I said, I wouldn't be mad if Brock ended up winning it.
All right. Moving on from rookies of the year. We kind of mentioned Washington already. Mm-hmm. What are your legit expectations for them to finish this season out?
Like I said, I have us winning 3 of the next 4. However, I mean, it's Washington.
Do you think there's a chance they beat Philly?
Yes, I think there's a chance just because, like, it's a divisional game.
In Washington?
It's in Washington.
Second
it's a divisional
game.
Week? No, after this upcoming one.
So they haven't clinched the division yet?
Philly, no.
Do they clinch it if they win this week? No. What are you guys?
We're 1 game behind them.
How? Aren't you guys like 8-5?
Yeah, they're 9 and...
They're like 10 or 11 and 1 or 2.
Okay, then maybe 2. No, they're definitely not 11. Oh, they are. Oh, interesting.
If they win this
week, 3 games ahead.
If they win this, you just said you're a game behind them. You guys are 3 games back.
The bye week has gone me.
Yeah, you are just not paying attention to football at all.
The bye week has gone me loopy.
If they win this week, don't they clinch the division at that point?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, at this point, like, I've given up on
the division.
Yeah,
but that wasn't even the point I was going to make. Was if the Eagles already have that division won, mm-hmm. I mean, obviously they're going to try to get the first seed, so I think it's a little early to talk about.
Yeah, no, they're not. I don't think they would rest.
But I don't think they need to. No, because I still think they'd go for the 1 seed. I think you guys are losing to the Eagles. Never mind.
I have us losing to the Eagles too. Yeah,
I'm gonna get off of what I was gonna say. I think you guys are losing.
However, like, it's Washington. I see a scenario where, like, we either lose to Atlanta or Dallas. I can see us losing this weekend. I don't think we will, but, like,
all right, scenario for you.
Okay,
you lose out. Oh God, just a scenario. You lose out. What is the first cause of action?
Fire Cliff, because I promise you that's the reason.
What if you're losing games and you're giving up 30 points a game?
How much are we scoring?
Not as many as 30.
Fire Cliff.
It's Cliff's fault if you're giving up 30
just points from the way I've seen us lose games this year, I'm just assuming we're going to lose games the way we have earlier in the year. I'm blaming Cliff.
Yeah. But
now, if we're scoring like 30 and giving up 50, that's different. Mm-hmm. But, like, I'm just basing this off what I've seen this year so far. The games we have lost, I'm not blaming it all on Cliff, but, like it starts with him. You're the OC. When the offense isn't clicking the way they should, you're the first guy to blame. That's just how it works.
Best case scenario for them, who do you hope they face in the first round of the playoffs?
Either obviously NFC South or NFC West team. I'm not scared of anyone in the West, I'm going to be honest with you.
And that goes back to my whole point. The AFC is just better. Like, you have the NFC West and NFC South. Those are the 2 worst divisions of football.
Dude, your division sucks. Your division is awful, bro. Your division is trash. There you are. You cannot convince me your division is good.
NFC West over AFC South?
The AFC East is garbage. They are Are you disagreeing?
This is the guy that had the Dolphins winning the division?
Okay, before the season started, what does that mean?
The Jets just completely
You had
apart.
The Jaguars being the surprise team of the league. You had Doug Peterson being coach of the year. Do you really want to bring up predictions right now?
I'm not saying that.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying I think the AFC's better. I don't know why I said that. Regardless,
I don't know why you said that either.
What were we talking about?
How your division is trash.
No, I know, but, like, what were we relating it to?
We were talking about like worst case scenario for Washington.
Oh, worst case scenario for Washington. Or best case scenario.
Okay.
Who do you hope they play in the first round?
Either NFC West or NFC South team.
This is where we were at, yes. How far do you think they make it this year? Because more than likely, you are playing one of those teams. Where are you right now? Are you the 7th
We're the 7. We could face Philly. In Philly.
But with the schedule you have coming up, how close is the wild card race right now?
Pretty close. We're still up by, I believe, a game. I think we're up by a game. I'm
talking about the teams in front of you.
Oh, a game as well. It's pretty close. It is pretty close throughout.
So let's say you end up with, I mean, obviously you want the 5 or the 6 so you can play one of those 2 really bad division teams.
Yeah.
Which of those 2 would you rather play? Right now it's the Bucks. I mean, you could throw the Falcons in there.
Bucks or Seahawks? I'd rather take the Bucks. One, because we played them earlier in the year. Not only did we play them earlier in the year, they were our Week 1 game, which
and you got pooped on.
Yeah, like with a rookie quarterback, and like everything was brand new. People don't realize. Someone brought up a really good point.
Hold on, before you bring this up. Let's not slander the Bucks. The Bucks are the only team to have beaten the Lions.
Good point. But I mean, if you're giving me the option between the Bucks and the Seahawks, I want to say Bucks. One, because we played them earlier in the year. 2, I think the Seahawks are wildly inconsistent. That scares me. Because what if we're the team? They're like, oh yeah, we do remember how to play football.
Is DK back? Has DK been playing?
I think so.
No.
Not that I know of.
I don't think so either. But I'm not scared of those. The Seahawks were bad when we played them.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about with their inconsistency. Like, could we play them and they end up being trash? Maybe. Do I want to take that chance? I know I'm getting out of the Bucks.
Playoff Baker's different.
No, he's not. How many rings does he have? How many how many conference championship games does he have?
They made it last year.
They did not make it to the conference championship game last year.
Am I tweaking?
You are tweaking.
They played them, didn't they?
You think the Bucks made it to the NFC championship game last year?
Who was it?
It was
the Lions and the Bucks, no?
Lions in San Francisco, buddy.
Yeah, never mind. They lost.
This guy is tweaking today.
They lost to who? They lost to the Lions. Then they should have beat them.
No, what?
They should have beat the Lions.
You're just talking out your butt.
No, the Bucks had a 17-point lead going into halftime against the Lions.
And
then they lost.
You are thinking about the NFC championship game, dude.
Yeah.
You are, dude. What are you smoking right now?
Niners came back.
I think you should just
Bucks were up 13-6 at halftime.
Oh, that's 17. Yeah.
Oh, they're winning at halftime.
Your math is math.
They're winning at halftime against the Lions
by a possession,
and then they lost the game by 4 points. They should have beat them. They did beat them. They did beat them. Oh, this was this year. I was gonna say, wait a second.
What are you talking about, dude? I think I should be the only one talking. No, actually, we need to hear what you have to say.
This game was tied going into halftime.
Oh, they're up by 17 and a half, coach.
They pulled away late.
They should have won. They should have beat.
They should have.
No,
there was a lot.
There's really no evidence
to that. You don't even remember the game.
I
do. I literally knew it was a close game. I knew it was a close game.
You said they were winning by 17 and a half.
I was thinking of the wrong lines.
Because you don't know the game.
That game was close.
He's just talking out his butt. Y'all see what I deal with on a weekly basis. He just yaps to yap.
No.
And I apologize for that.
No, it's not true. Speaking of yapping to yap, let me get to this point.
Yes. Buffalo.
Sean McDermott.
Let me start it off. I had a bye week, so I was relaxing, enjoying myself. Turn on the Bills game. And it was a shootout. It was a good one. And Buffalo ends up losing. What was it, 44-42?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we are now.
Let me hear your opinions on this before I go.
Oh, you want me? I mean, look, I think
dude didn't even listen to what I said.
No, I thought you were going to ask a question. My bad.
I did.
No, you were just like your opinion. Like my total opinion, I think as of now you guys have the MVP.
Okay.
So congratulations with that. I think my prediction for the Bills is accurate. What I've been saying all year. After y'all lost the first game, I said it's the same Bills every year. You will lose 1 to 3 more games the rest of the year.
Didn't agree with you. I didn't disagree with you.
You kind of disagreed. Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah, thank you.
What did I say?
After me immediately saying that, you did agree because you're like, yeah, we're the same old Bills. And then as you guys kept winning, you're like, oh no, it's that. You're like, that's week 4 Bills. That's not the Bills now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I kept saying, look,
I didn't disagree with you saying we wouldn't lose a couple more games.
I said you guys are gonna win the wild card. You guys might win the divisional, maybe win the divisional. If you do, you will not win the conference championship game, and I stand by that. This is how it's gonna happen. You guys might lose 1 to 2 more games, maybe, or you could win out. You either win out or lose 2 games.
We'll play the Lions this week.
That could be an L. You win the wild card round. Depending on who you play in the divisional, you might lose, or you might win. Right now, it's 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
If you do get out the divisional, you lose in the AFC Championship game.
2.
I don't know.
Any of them? Or a specific team?
Literally whoever you play in the AFC. It's the same old Bills.
The only team I'm truly scared of right now in the AFC are the Ravens.
That's fine.
The Ravens match up so well against us.
I'm letting you know now is the same old Bills, and that's how it's going to go.
I don't know. But back to this week with the Bills. You don't have to
agree. I'm letting you know that's how it's going to go.
Back to this week with the Bills. Sean McDermott has found some way to cost the Bills a game when Josh Allen does something crazy again.
He played really good.
Josh Allen is the only other... There's one other person that's done it, and he is the second person to ever do this. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Very impressive.
How do you lose a game where you score 6 touchdowns and don't turn the ball over 1 time? How do you lose the game? 44 points to the Rams?
Yeah.
That's the most points we've given up in like 8 years.
I know you're in the middle of the rant. I just want to bring up, this is what I'm saying. When you said you would murder Washington, I'm not saying, look, score.
You're the one that just said that they have no weapons outside of Terry. We are double teaming Terry.
We have the Messiah. We have the Messiah. Look, would you guys kill us? Most likely. We'd lose within 1 possession,
Would we kill them?
Though.
Would we kill them? Would we beat them by more than 1 possession?
No.
Yes.
Shot.
I don't have as much.
Jaden finds a way to just stay in games.
No.
Continue with your rant. You don't have. Look, you've been disagreeing with me with the Bills all year, and you've been wrong so far. So continue.
Sean McDermott cost us the game again.
Don't break your computer now.
Sean McDermott just loves losing football games in the most.
He has a winner
in the worst way. He loves losing them. What are we doing? It's 1st and goal. We have 3 timeouts. It's 1:10 left. We're down by 10 points or 9 points. Let's run a quarterback sneak. A play that might stop or make the clock keep running if we don't score.
What makes you think Sean McDermott called it? Wouldn't you look at
I'm
Joe
not
Brady?
saying Joe Brady didn't call the play, but if you're smart, wouldn't you be like, hey, maybe they stop us and the clock's going to run and we need to call timeout?
Why are you blaming Sean McDermott for that specific play? Why are you not blaming Joe Brady for that?
I'm not saying it's not on Joe Brady either, but if you're the head coach, you need to be thinking about that.
I get that, but if Joe Brady's the one that has the final say in what the play,
he doesn't. The head coach does. And if I'm Josh Allen, I'm like, I'm looking up at the box like, what are you? Why? Why do we not throw the ball 3 times here? At most, we waste 10 seconds, and we keep all of our timeouts. Because at that point, you can still kick a field goal. And if you don't get it on the first play, I would have kicked the field goal. Because you have 3 timeouts to stop the clock 3 times. Punt. You get the ball back. You get a chance to still score a touchdown. Obviously, you're on the 1-yard line. You're going to want to try to score a touchdown, right? Why would you call a quarterback sneak, though? That's the one play that can stop the clock or keep the clock running.
Mm-hmm.
Why? There's no reason. And even if you run that play and you don't get it, shame on Sean McDermott for calling the timeout. You tell him, get to the line, run it again. Why wouldn't you just run the play again? At most, you're taking off 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And there's still 50 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
And you're stopping the clock 3 times again because you still have all 3 timeouts. But now, no. We run that play. We need to call timeout. There's a minute left. Now they can do whatever they want. We can't stop the clock anymore. And we got screwed. Josh Allen played the best game of his career.
It was really impressive.
And we lose the game.
It was really impressive.
What's Josh Allen's second best game of his career? The game against the Chiefs.
I was going to say the Chiefs game.
Did we lose that game too?
Yeah.
Sean McDermott loves finding ways to make Josh Allen lose his best games.
How do you think you guys finish out the season?
I think we beat the Lions this week. What are you laughing at, Mister?
Y'all are not. Look, we're not in the same position. You guys have expectations. You guys have standards. We're as much of an expansion team as you could get realistically. Like, our standards are very different.
Mm-hmm.
We're going into Detroit. We know we're getting pounded. You should at least.
Why would we think we're getting pounded if
I'm not saying
we're right there with them?
Oh no, they'd kill y'all.
We're gonna find out this week. They're gonna kill us.
They're gonna win by 2 possessions.
That's insane.
They're gonna win by 2 possessions, dude.
They barely beat the Packers.
That's fine. Y'all lost to the Rams. What are we talking about?
The Rams are good.
Packers are better than the Rams.
I'm not saying they're not, but the Rams are still in a wild
in
playoff.
They barely beat the Packers. The Packers are a good team.
Yes.
Y'all lost to the Rams.
Yes.
Rams are
Okay.
We
traveled across the country to go play in LA.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're going there.
No, I'm not using that as an excuse. But
it sounds like you are.
I'm just saying. What am I saying?
I don't know what you're saying. I was asking the expect. You said you were going to beat the Lions this weekend.
Yes. I think we match up well against them. Their defense, not great. I think we can hold Josh Allen up in the pocket, and we can do what we did this week. The only reason we lost this past game is because they scored every time they had the ball.
Yeah.
One time we stopped them. We stopped them one time.
What makes you think the Lions won't do that?
That's scary.
They have a better offense.
It could happen, but I think the reason the Rams matched up so well against us is we had a couple injuries at corner throughout the game, and Puka just is a different animal. Puka was crazy in that game. That catch he made, that might have been the best catch I've ever seen.
That was really good. Oh, there is a better catch.
Noah Brown sucks.
No, I wasn't even going to go there. No, I wasn't even thinking of that, honestly. Nah. I was thinking of Justin Jefferson's forearm catch against Bum. That was the best.
How come every best catch of all time is against a team that I'm rooting for? Dude. Texas. The dude. Oh God.
No, keep it. We're all
for Georgia. Goes and toe taps the 1 foot.
That was nice.
That was one of the craziest catches I've ever seen.
That was nice. That was nice.
Like every single the Justin Jefferson snagging it.
That honestly, not even lying. That was the best catch I've ever seen in my life.
The Hopkins Hail Mary.
That was
every team that I like, something crazy happens against them every year.
Yeah, it's gonna happen again this year.
It already did.
Oh, this is just the beginning, buddy. All right. So, and I'm sorry, I did jump the gun. I shouldn't have said they're gonna kill you guys. I do see a scenario where you guys end up beating Detroit. I think it's unlikely, but I do see
losing by 2 scores is crazy.
No, I'm predicting you guys lose by at least 2. No, I don't want to say I think you guys lose by 2 scores. What are we betting? What would you like
Helmet.
to bet? Oh no, I'm not making that mistake.
Helmet.
I'm not making that mistake. No.
Helmet.
I learned from you.
Helmet. Your head's a little smaller. It won't be as bad.
No.
Put it on right now and just test it.
No, the jersey's gonna fall.
Oh, probably. Yeah, never mind. Don't listen to me.
All right. So, all right. After Detroit, where do you see the season going?
I mean, we play. You want to know what our last 3 games are?
Sure.
Jets.
Oh, come on.
No, hold on. We play. No, I jumped the gun. We play the Pats, the Jets, and Pats. Those are our last 3 games.
Dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Bench your players.
We will. Final 3 weeks. We won the division already.
All 3 weeks, bench those players.
If we lose to the Lions, I don't disagree because we don't have a chance at winning the 1 seed anymore. So there's no other reason to not just bench them. We get a home playoff game no matter what. We bench the rest of them and go completely healthy in the first week of the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I don't disagree, but I think if we beat the Lions and if the Chiefs could just stop with this voodoo magic, and they should have lost again last night.
They have to. Like, there's no... You
because
only
if they
be
lost
lucky
last
so
night,
much.
like we're still only a game
That's
behind
what I'm
them.
saying, yeah.
So like, I think, but if we lose this week, I think there's a pretty good chance we probably won't bench them the third to last game, but the last two, I think there's a good chance we don't play them.
So, do you think you guys still win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
I respect it. Honestly, I respect it. I disagree.
I think this is the team of destiny.
Oh, Jesus.
They just have fun together. Shout out Griffin.
Can you imagine that? People having fun playing football. Never thought that would happen.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how dumb that sounds? They have fun playing football. Guess what? So do, like, 16 other teams.
No.
Maybe
really? 5.
Not like the Bills.
They commit not like the Bills.
No, like the Bills. Oh, they're having so much fun. They're just playing grab ass, and it's so much fun.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. All right, you think you guys still win the Super Bowl? Who do you think you go against this Super Bowl?
I think we have a rematch. No, you know what?
Commies.
No, not even close.
Boo.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Really?
I think the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
I think the Lions, again, we talked about this off camera. You were high on Goff. I think Goff can make mistakes.
I agree. Yeah, would he have like 4 interceptions in the game? Yeah. Was it more?
And I just think that the Philly team can beat the Lions in a playoff setting.
I'm more afraid of the Lions than I am Philly.
I'm not saying I'm not, but I just think the Eagles they match up well against them. They have a great front seven, and that's what the Lions want to do. If they can hold them in the run and make them pass the ball, they got a pretty good secondary. They're going to score points. The Lions don't have a great defense. Like that's a very easy, that's a good matchup.
Yeah, I see your point. I don't know. I'm sticking with my guns. I said it all year. There's nothing drastically different about this Bills team that makes me think they could finally reach that step they've been looking to grab. Like, there's nothing. Is this Josh Allen's best year? Absolutely. If I could vote for MVP today, he would have my vote without a doubt. They're just not convincing me that they could go all the way this year. Out of all the years that their Super Bowl window has been opened, why this year? I know you could say Stephon Diggs isn't there anymore. You distribute the ball differently and all that stuff. At the end of the day, that team, to me, is not drastically more different than all the teams that have failed before them.
Yep. So let me counterpoint this.
Okay.
Is this not the worst Chiefs team we've seen?
Are we talking about on paper or like on the field that we were seeing?
Watching the games.
Probably.
Why do you still think the Chiefs make it then?
I don't even honestly.
Who would you put in there then? Like, that's what I'm saying.
That's a good question. I'm be honest with you, I don't really know who I have. The Bills though? Because what's different?
I can't say that about the Chiefs, but like what we've seen, the Chiefs play the Bills. They lose bad. Like, that game's not as close. Or just like you said,
Baltimore, and I know they're kind of in a slump now.
Baltimore is a scary team.
I know they're kind of a slump now, but like, what if they just start clicking again like they were earlier in the year?
I think that would be my order for the AFC. It would go Bills, Ravens, Chiefs.
Probably. I want to put Ravens ahead, but this slump.
Do you think they play right now? The Ravens beat the Chiefs.
I think without voodoo magic, yes. I don't know what the Chiefs are doing. I'm excited to give it to the Chiefs, but not because like they're the better team.
Not even just saying, like, taking all that out of account.
Then I would choose the Ravens over the Chiefs today.
I think so too. Yeah. I think the Ravens beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Again, it's Russell Wilson and the Steelers. Like, you can't count them out. They're
winning games.
They've had a very, very solid defense this year.
They're winning
games.
And
their offense is a very improved offense from what it was.
Russ is cooking.
You can't count them out in any game, but I just don't see them as a true contender.
I wouldn't say I don't see them as a true contender. I wouldn't have them highly rated as I have the Bills and Ravens.
And the Chiefs.
Yes.
Yeah. So you agree that that's your 3, you think?
Yeah.
So you do have the Bills at 1.
Not at 1. Like,
you said
right
that.
now, it's like I'm giving the slight edge to Baltimore.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, if it wasn't for this weekend's loss, you guys would be 1 without a doubt. Because you just lost to the Rams, I think I have the slight edge to Baltimore.
But, like, what about that game completely changes your mind on us. Our quarterback just had one of the best games in NFL history.
Your defense gave up 44 points.
It was just a bad week.
I get that, but like, who's to say that won't happen again? And I know you can't really bet on you shouldn't bet on that happening again. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
I'm going to throw this out there. This is probably going to make a lot of people be like, what are you talking about? The Bills' defense has been significantly worse with Matt Milano back on the field.
Okay.
Dorian Williams has played better than Matt. I mean, Matt Milano's played 2 games. But with the small sample size,
coming off an injury, he's aging. I can see
their defense has become a lot worse. They
Similar thing with the Ravens. They benched Marcus Williams and cut Eddie Jackson, and their defense has gotten a lot better.
That's what, like, I think you, if not rotate Milano and Dorian more, start Dorian.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying it's the craziest.
No, I see your point.
Like, the defense has just been worse. Like, he's good. I'm not saying Milano's not good, but it just you can't. When you have so much chemistry built up throughout a 10-game span,
player fit. You can't force a player to fit with what's molded
and
naturally molded.
To bring it full way around, those 2 guys, Bernard and Milano, they've never really played together.
Mm-hmm.
It's always either been Milano in and Bernard's hurt, or Bernard's in and Milano's hurt. And they're both superstars when they're on their own. When you put them together, they kind of like butt heads a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like they shouldn't be. They're 2 superstar players, but it just isn't working right now. So I don't know.
Honestly, this rant wasn't as bad as I thought it would. You've had worse. I feel like the loss early in the year was worse.
I'm just more upset on the fact that McDermott has caused Josh to lose another game where he's had one of the best performances in NFL history.
Now, all right, let's say you win out this year.
Yes.
Go to the AFC Championship game. You lose to Baltimore, the AFC Championship game.
So the game before the Super Bowl.
Do you keep Sean McDermott as the head coach?
Depends on how the game was lost. If it's like the game at the beginning of the season where we lost 35-10, gone.
No, it's a close game. It's a close game.
Like a game-winning field goal, or like
Justin Tucker comes out of his slump, nails one right in.
I think it'd be hard to fire him. Would I be mad if they fired him? No. Because at what point
is enough?
Is it not on him?
Yeah. No, this whole time you've been making the argument all season about Sean McDermott leaving. Yes, I've disagreed, but I've seen the path.
Well, you were also not really hip to the like.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much Buffalo fans did not like Sean McDermott. I was not aware.
Yeah. It's not. You just said.
Yeah, but I also think you guys view him as like a Taliban member when he's top 10 head coach in the league.
He is, though.
He's a top 10 head coach in the league.
No, I don't.
I will just say, you talk about Josh Allen having the best game of his career, and they lost. Yet you will still have them number 1 in your rankings to get to the Super Bowl.
That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So who is it on at that
Who's
point?
What on?
Where's the blame gonna be?
Sean.
I mean,
you're gonna blame Josh Allen?
I mean, if you already have enough confidence in them being the Super Bowl contender that they are, that's kind of.
You need to score 50 points.
Replace Sean McDermott?
Yes.
Who do you replace him with?
Brady.
Oh.
I don't know about that, man.
Why? I think if you bring in an offensive mind, I think it's and it's not even necessary. Like,
I think it's too big for him. I think you need a guy with experience that knows what they're doing. It's too big. He was in college a few years ago, and I'm not knocking the transition between college and NFL, but like I feel like that position might be too big for him just yet.
With the expectations.
Yeah, because not only is he coming in,
but Sean has expectations. So like, are we just
he's built a culture. He's built a winning franchise.
He's taken over for it, and he's already in it. He's a part of it.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I just think it might be too big for him.
I don't know. I think if he were to get fired, I think Joe would be at the top of my list. Maybe Vrabel. I don't know though. But
I wouldn't mind. I mean, obviously,
I just don't know if I want to go the defensive route again.
I can see where you're coming from.
Like, being with a defensive coach for as long as I have, I want to get some, like, crazy offense in here. Like, our offense, it's not boring, but, like, it's not crazy either.
But it's working.
Like, it works sometimes.
Most of the time. You have
Ravens game.
You have the future MVP.
Ravens. It's our first MVP, though. Like, that's like.
What are you talking about?
It's going to be his first MVP.
So
what is the point you're trying to make?
I'm saying, like, you can't be like the offense works at times. No, that offense works.
It's Josh. Josh makes that offense work.
Yeah, I won't disagree with you there. Yeah.
Is that not a winning formula?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not, but at times it becomes, all right, if he doesn't do this, then it's not going to work. There's not a lot of, okay, let's draw up this play so that it's going to be easy for him. It's a lot of, all right, let's go have Josh be Superman. Like, and it's not the worst thing. Again, it's working.
Yeah.
It's just not the easiest route.
Valid criticism.
It's just not the easiest route.
Yeah.
It could be easier. I'd love a Ben Johnson in there.
Oh, no, I think he's going to Chicago, me personally.
You think he'd go to the Chicago Bears?
But I also don't think they're firing Sean McDermott. I also don't think
But for the case that both
if
they're
they
both
fire Sean
open,
McDermott, then obviously you look at Buffalo and be like, all right, like, that's a dream scenario for a lot of OCs that want to become head coaches, obviously.
yeah.
I just don't see them firing McDermott.
Mm,
Any
find out.
final thoughts or ideas you want to add before we wrap this up?
Bryce Young?
He's looking solid.
Bryce Young? The Panthers ain't gonna draft a quarterback now.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it. We're gonna end this with one. I'm gonna ask you one question.
All right.
Who's gonna have the first pick?
Ooh, let me see the draft order right now. I know that's cheating a little bit, but
I think it's the Giants.
Giants.
That's a real
Giants,
possibility.
Raiders, Saints are up there too.
Well, Vegas is first.
Vegas.
Right now they have Vegas.
Giants, Panthers,
yeah.
Carolina.
Vegas, Giants, New England, Carolina, Jacksonville.
Kind of cash for Carolina and Jacksonville.
I think at this point, you're looking at New York, you're looking at Vegas. I think one of those have a 100% chance of being the first overall pick.
The other teams have 3 wins.
Yeah.
So they both have 2.
Yeah.
Right now, the Raiders? I thought it was the Giants.
Vegas is
Why
at
is
least
it-
the one I'm looking at.
Strength of schedule. Wait. Shouldn't the Giants be, though? Their strength of schedules.
No,
higher.
it's weaker.
I know, so shouldn't the Giants be higher?
No, because they have the same amount of wins, but Vegas have the weaker
that's
schedule.
true. Yeah, no, that's true.
Honestly, Vegas. I think as of now, Vegas has the first
And
overall.
what are
pick.
you doing?
Antonio Pierce is out. I mean, you have to go quarterback. I wouldn't even necessarily say draft a quarterback, but you have to get a quarterback. You either got to make a monster trade with a team that wants that first overall pick and you somehow get like a quarterback in return. I don't know. I really don't know, but like.
What about Kirk Cousins? I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
Look, hear me out.
And the Falcons.
This might be crazy. This might be crazy.
Huh?
This might be crazy. Hear me out. The Vikings still have J.J. McCarthy.
Yes.
If you're the Raiders, do you trade for Sam Darnold?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
I would have flipped it. I would trade for McCarthy if I'm trading for any of them.
I think if you're Vegas, I would rather go Darnold than McCarthy than see what next year's class looks like. However, I don't hate the trading
but
for
with
McCarthy.
how far you're falling down.
Donald's a straight free agent, by the way. So it would come with a big price tag, though.
So then they can't even
matter
trade
at
him.
this point.
They can't trade him then.
You make sure you're giving him the money he's looking for at that point.
No, but on that point, you're staying at 1, or you're just signing
Then at that
Darnold?
point, if you sign Darnold in free agency, you go Travis Hunter, in my opinion.
Or would you trade it?
I think
Would you trade it to like the Giants? Just go one spot down.
It's hard to predict it with the situation we're in now, where like
With the Jets.
the film isn't fully there yet. If I'm if I'm Vegas, and we get the first overall pick, Sam Darnold's a free agent. I'm getting Sam Darnold. And absolutely, I would look to see who is interested in trading up for that first.
I totally agree with the formula for any team that needs a quarterback, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I'm looking free agency first. The draft is my fallback plan. If I can't get one of the guys in free agency, we're going to have to draft somebody.
Not only would I look at free agency, I think I would rather trade for a quarterback that's in the NFL now rather than draft one in the first round for this year.
Yeah. That's the thing, though, is I don't think there's going to be a very big trade market for quarterbacks.
Me neither.
Because of that situation, exactly for that. No one's going to want to draft a quarterback.
There's got to be at least one team that sees something in someone. There is every year.
Like, someone just loves Aller.
Maybe. It happens every year. Every year there's one team that's in love with one guy. A lot of people don't know why. Maybe we understand it. Maybe we don't. Every year there's always at least one team that's like, that's our guy.
I mean, yeah. Yes, it'll happen. Do I think they should? No.
No, I agree with you. I don't think they should either. I'm not convinced by any of the quarterbacks.
All right. Well, you want to add anything else in this?
Nope. If you hung in there the entire time, thank you. You're a true champion. Follow us on Twitter at PM Football Podcast. On Twitter as well. Did I already say Twitter?
You said Twitter.
On TikTok as well at PM Football Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Anything else?
Nope. Sorry about cussing.
We're all good. See you next week.
See ya.